Welcome friends in today's lecture. Today we will discuss the new topic, that is Earth's atmosphere, their composition and the structure of atmosphere. So today we will discuss in detail about the atmosphere, their composition and the structure. So firstly we will discuss about the atmosphere. So the atmospheric science is the study of atmosphere and its processes and phenomena that effect of the atmosphere on the other system and the effects of other system on the atmosphere. That means in short, in this atmospheric science we are studying about the whatever the processes and different phenomenon which are taking place in the atmosphere and their effect on the atmosphere, on the system, as well as some of the other effect which are taking place on the atmosphere. Then the atmosphere is an envelope or the blanket of air that is extending up to and beyond the 600 kilometer. That means this atmosphere which is surrounded by the number of gases or the air up to the height of 600 kilometer into the atmosphere. When the earth is scaled down to the size of an apple, its atmosphere is no thicker than the skin of an apple. Then the gravitational pull holds the earth atmosphere in place and it is relatively thicker at the equator, and this atmosphere that is thinner at the poles. Then the atmosphere has a no top and it gradually thins out with an altitude. That means this atmosphere which doesn't having the top, that means it is not closed, it is gradually thin out with a height. Then the atmosphere is a mixture of the permanent and the variable gases. It includes some of the major gases and some of the trace gases also, and it also includes the aerosols. It include like the liquid droplet as well as the solid particulate also. That means this atmosphere which consists of the some of the permanent gases as well as some of the variable gases, that means they are changes according to the height and the location. Then the primitive atmosphere was reduced and which having the helium, hydrogen, then methane, ammonium hydroxide. These are the various gases which are present at initial stage. Then again the volcans that is contributed to nitrogen as well as the argon. That means whatever the volcanic eruptions which are taking place and it contribute, that means it consists of the nitrogen as well as the argon. Then the life produced oxygen and the cycle carbon as well as the atmosphere that derives the weather and the climate. So in short, this is regarding the introduction of the atmosphere, then their composition and which are the various gases which are present into the atmosphere. Then next point we have to discuss here, that is the composition of the atmosphere. That means it contributes the various gases, solid as well as the liquid aerosols. These are consist in the atmosphere. Then there are some of the permanent constituent are there. Permanent, that means they doesn't changes according to the height as well as the location. Then the gases that remain essentially constant by the percent, that is known as the permanent constituent. That means they doesn't changes according to the location, height and the other phenomenon. So these gases that includes the nitrogen, oxygen, argon, neon, then helium, krypton, hydrogen. These are the some of the permanent constituent, that means the gases which are present into the atmosphere. Then with the permanent constituent there are other variable constituent are also present into the atmosphere. Then in that the gases that have changing the concentration over a finite time, and that includes the water vapor, then carbon dioxide, methane and the ozone. That means these are the variable constituent which are present into the atmosphere. Then water vapor in the atmosphere, that is less than 0.25% in the atmosphere, and they goes on decreasing with increasing elevation. Then the surface values that vary from that occur only in the lower altitude. Then the CO2 level, that is 390 ppm, and that is continuously growing. That means whatever the concentration of the CO2, that means the carbon dioxide, that is increases day by day. At present, the 390 ppm, that means the parts per million of the CO2 that is present into the atmosphere, and that is continuously goes on increasing. Then the ozone concentration near the surface is about 0.04 to 0.15 parts per million, and it can reaches 15 parts per million in the upper atmosphere. Nowadays the concentration of the ozone in atmosphere that ranges between 0.04 to 0.15 ppm, but it can reaches up to the 15 ppm in the upper atmosphere. Then again it consists of the some of the aerosols, and that aerosol which includes the dust, then smoke, ash, then pollen grain, microbes, then sea salt or the sea spray or the water droplet, ice crystals, and the H2SO4. These are the some of the also constituent which is also present into the atmosphere. So this is in regarding the composition of the atmosphere, and this composition in detail which is shown in this chart as the chemical species, that means some of the gases, their concentration, and from which source they are available into the atmosphere, which is also shown in this chart. Then the next point we have to discuss here, that is the in detail regarding the composition and the structure of the atmosphere. So firstly we will discuss about the structure of the atmosphere. In that, this atmosphere which is divided into the homosphere and the heterosphere. Then firstly we will discuss in detail regarding the homosphere. So this homosphere, it includes the troposphere and the stratosphere, as well as it also includes the mesosphere together, that constitute the homosphere. That means the homosphere that consists of the three layers of the atmosphere as the troposphere, stratosphere, and the mesosphere. And this homosphere that is extend into the atmosphere up to the height of 80 to 100 kilometer altitude. Then there is the turbulent mixing which is also takes place. That means the solar radiation that accelerate or increases the atoms or molecule, then collision of the atoms or molecule, even out the energy distribution which is also takes place in this homosphere. So firstly, this atmosphere which is divided into the first sphere of the atmosphere, that includes the troposphere, stratosphere, and the mesosphere. Then the second one or the second part of the atmosphere, that is the heterosphere. So this heterosphere that is extend into the atmosphere up to beyond the 80 kilometer altitude into the atmosphere. That means above the 80 kilometer that is extended. Then the gases are stratified which having the heavier molecules like the nitrogen and the oxygen, and these heavier molecules are at a lower altitude, and the lighter ones they are the hydrogen and the helium. And this hydrogen as well as the helium which are present into the higher altitude in the atmosphere. Then some of the atoms and the molecules are accelerated by the solar radiation due to the rarity. Then rarely they collide on each other. Instead they fly higher and even escape at the top of the atmosphere. So in short, this is regarding the heterosphere, that is the second part of the atmosphere. So basically this atmosphere which is divided into the homosphere and the heterosphere we have discussed in short here. So the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, and the thermosphere layers, they are identifiable in the atmosphere. That means there are four main layers of the atmosphere are there. In that first layer of the atmosphere, that is the troposphere, then second one is the stratosphere, third one is the mesosphere, and fourth one is the thermosphere. Then the tropopause, stratopause and the mesopause, they are between the layers. That means these three layers which are present in between these four layers which are mentioned above as the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere and the thermosphere. Then after that the exosphere and the ionosphere, they are often identified with a thermosphere. That means this exosphere and the ionosphere, these are the two layers of the atmosphere, they are present within the thermosphere, that is the last layer of the atmosphere. So in short, this is regarding the layers of the atmosphere that included into the homosphere and the heterosphere. So this is the figure that showing the vertical layering of the atmosphere, or it is also known as the physical structure of the atmosphere or the stratification of the atmosphere. So in this figure there are four layers of the atmosphere which are shown here. The first layer of the atmosphere, that is the troposphere. Second one is the stratosphere. In between the troposphere and the stratosphere, there is the one boundary layer which is present, that is known as the tropopause. After that, in between the stratosphere and the mesosphere, one boundary layer that differentiate between the mesosphere and the stratosphere, that is the stratopause. And the last boundary layer which is present in between the mesosphere and the thermosphere, that is known as the mesopause. And again this figure that indicates that if the temperature in the four layer of the atmosphere, that is decreases and increases alternately, as which is shown by the red line in the figure. And again the atmospheric pressure which is given in the millibar, so that atmospheric pressure which is continuously goes on decreasing as the height is increases in the atmosphere. At the surface of the earth, the atmospheric pressure, that is 1000 millibar. After that, at 10 kilometer it is goes on decreasing up to the 100 millibar. Then after that, at 20 kilometer it again decreases to 10 millibar, and at 50 kilometer height in the atmosphere it is decreases up to the 0.01 millibar into the atmosphere. And this figure shows that the atmospheric pressure that is continuously goes on decreasing as the height of the atmosphere which is increases. So this is the figure that showing the layerings of the atmosphere. It consists of the four layers as a troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere and the thermosphere. Then after that we will discuss in detail about the four layers of the atmosphere. As firstly we have to discuss here the troposphere. So that is the bottommost layer of the atmosphere that having the 6 to 10 kilometer thickness. That means the height of this layer which is extend up to the 6 to 18 or the 20 kilometer in the atmosphere. Then the thickness is variable, 18 to 20 kilometer at the equator and 6 to 7 kilometer at the pole, and this variation can also be due to the weather condition. So this troposphere that is extend up to the height of 18 to 20 kilometer at the equator, while the height of this troposphere is only 6 to 7, or the average height is 8 kilometer, that is occurred at a pole, and that can this variation can be shown due to the weather condition. Then the bottom 1 to 3 kilometer layer of the troposphere that is differentiated at a as a planetary boundary layer. Here the mixing of the gases rapidly occur. That means that there is the variation of the gases that is occurred up to the height of 3 kilometer into the atmosphere. Then this troposphere, which contains roughly the 80% of the total atmospheric mass and almost all the water vapor, all weather phenomenon, they are limited to this layer. That means whatever the weather phenomenon that is taking place into the atmosphere, and that occur in only in this troposphere layer of the atmosphere. Then this troposphere is mostly heated by the heat transfer from the earth surface, and with altitude temperature that is decreases from 17 degrees Celsius to 51 degrees Celsius temperature. That means the temperature in this layer that is decreases from plus 70 degree Celsius to minus 51 degree Celsius. Then the temperature lapse, that means the average lapse rate, that is the 6.4 degree Celsius per kilometer, that will promote the vertical mixing and causes the weather phenomenon to occur in this region. Then the temperature lapse rate is less than 2 degrees Celsius per kilometer, while in troposphere it is 6.4 degrees Celsius per kilometer. That means the average lapse rate in troposphere, that is 6.4 degrees Celsius per kilometer. Then the troposphere together with tropopause, that is considered as an lower atmosphere. That means up to the layer of the tropopause it is considered as an lower atmosphere. So this is the first layer of the atmosphere as a troposphere. Then after that we have to discuss here about the stratosphere layer of the atmosphere. So the layer above the troposphere, that is extend from 6 to 20 kilometer to 50 to 55 kilometer. That means the stratosphere which extend into the atmosphere up to the 50 to 55 kilometer, then it can hold 19% of the atmosphere gases, and that contains the stratospheric ozone contains a very little of the water vapor. That means the most of the ozone which is present in the stratosphere layer of the atmosphere. Then the temperature increases with height as the ultraviolet radiations is increasingly absorbed. That means the one of the important characteristic of the stratosphere is that the temperature is increases with increase in height. Then absorption of the solar radiation makes the ozone, and ozone absorb the solar radiation. After that the temperature rises from minus 60 degrees Celsius at tropopause, and it again increases up to minus 15 degrees Celsius at the stratopause. Then after that no convection occurs, and there is a no vertical movement of the gases which is takes place into the stagnant layer of the stratosphere. Then after that the stratopause is an transition boundary layer which that separate the stratosphere from the mesosphere. Then that layer which is present at the height of 50 to 55 kilometer altitude, and in that condition the pressure is 1 by 1000 of the mean sea level. That means again the pressure is decreases to a large amount. Then of the four layer, the troposphere and the stratosphere are the relevant and important weather phenomenon, and the climate are mostly influenced by these human beings is affected only by the two layer. That means these are the two important layers of the atmosphere in which most of the weather phenomenon which are takes place, and they are mostly affected to the human interventions. Then after that the third layer of the atmosphere, that is the mesosphere, that extend from 50 to 55 kilometer to 80 to 85 kilometer into the altitude. That means this mesosphere that extend from 50 to 85 kilometer into the atmosphere. Then it includes the various gases, but these gases become thinner and thinner with height, but the gases are still thick enough to slow down the meteorite and burn them up, leaving the fairy trails in the night sky. That means the whatever the gases which are present into this mesosphere, they become thinner. Then warming by the ultraviolet radiation that becomes less and less with increasing altitude, and the temperature in this layer again decreases with altitude from minus 15 degrees Celsius to minus 95 degrees Celsius. Again as the temperature again decreases in case of the mesosphere from minus 15 to minus 95 degrees Celsius. Then the mesopause, that is the boundary layer which is present in between the mesosphere and the thermosphere, and that considered as a coldest place on the earth's surface, and it is present in between the mesosphere and the thermosphere. Then due to the cold temperature of the mesosphere, the water vapor is frozen that forms the ice cloud. That means the ice clouds, these are formed in this mesosphere. Then the stratosphere and the mesosphere along with the stratopause and the mesopause, they are called as a middle atmosphere. That means this mesosphere layer of the atmosphere, that is called as the middle atmosphere. Then after that, the last layer of the atmosphere, that is the thermosphere. That thermosphere that extend from 80 to 85 kilometer to 690 kilometer altitude, and that is known as an upper atmosphere. So basically this thermosphere, which is considered as an upper atmosphere, the gases here are increasingly thinner than the mesosphere, and this layer is warmed by the atoms being accelerated by the solar radiation. That means the temperature of the atmosphere is more as compared to the other three layers of the atmosphere. Then the absorption of the incoming high energy ultraviolet and the X-ray radiation mainly takes place by the oxygen, and it causes the large temperature increase. That means the temperature which is goes on limit, as the temperature limit or the temperature which is increases up to 1500 degrees Celsius to 2000 degrees Celsius near the top of the atmosphere. Then because of the extremely thin air, despite the high temperature, this layer of the atmosphere that holds the very little heat and feel very cold. Then most of the small meteorite burn up in this layer, and northern light occur in this layer also. Then the International Space Station orbit in this layer, which is present in between the 320 to 380 kilometer into the atmosphere. So this top layer of the atmosphere, which is considered as an bottom of the exosphere, or it is also known as the exobase. Then the height of exobase that varies with the solar activity, and that ranges between 350 to 800 kilometer into the atmosphere. So in this way we have discussed these four layers of the atmosphere as the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere and the thermosphere. In this way we have completed this lecture number 2, that is the atmosphere, its composition and the physical structure of atmosphere. Thank you.